Here's my audience.
I believe in everything until it is disproved. It's a quote by John Lennon. Many people take that to heart, especially our education system. Our education system says that about the theory of evolution when teaching science about how the world was created. They say, if you can't disprove it, then it's fact and we'll present it that way. Basically, they're presenting only one side of a coin. They biasly teach that there's only one theory of creation. But everybody else knows that there's two sides of creation. That's what my topic is today. I'll teach you why creationism should be taught in public schools. So, today I'm going to use polls, I'll use quotes, and I'll use articles to help prove that creationism is just as valid as evolution. We'll start by defining our terms. I'll tell you why they're both theories, why both cannot be disproved nor proved, and I'll refute the argument that teaching creationism violates church versus state. So first, let's start with creationism and defining what that means. So creationism is the belief that there's a God, that there's a creator who sovereignly created the world out of nothing. The fact is that people believe that creationism is merely a Christian belief, when in fact there's over 100 religions that believe in some form of a God or a deity. In fact, a recent Gallup poll shows that 89% of adults believe that there is a God. On the other side of the coin, we have evolution. Evolution, like creationism, is believed to only be believed by atheists, when in fact there are many people who have some belief in a God that also believe in a form of evolution. Another Gallup poll shows that when people are in high school, about 12% of students believe in evolution, whereas those graduating with a master's degree, 31%. So from 12 to 31% believe in evolution. And I believe that is because, as I said earlier, it is biasly preached through high school, college level, master's degree, only one side of the coin. I think without equal representation, that number is skewed. So now that we know what creationism defines and evolution defines, let's move on to the second point, that both theories are just that. They're theories and they cannot be proved nor disproved. So basically what I'm saying, they're a theory, they're belief-based, okay? So evolution has strengths through science. They can use facts and data to help support some of their things, but when they're saying things are billions of years old, they don't really have any way of proving that or testing that or any way of proving that to us. So it's a belief-based. Just on the flip side, Christianity answers all those questions from the beginning with a faith base, and then can use science to prove it from there. But when it's a faith-based, again, there's no actual physical evidence to prove that. Amir Axel said in Time.com that science and religion are two sides of the same deep human impulse to understand the world. But yet, if there's the same side of the same coin, then how come only one side is presented to us? Since they're both our best guesses, I believe that in any other form of thought process in school, in English classes and psychology classes, you're giving all the information. You're giving all different viewpoints of psychology, of the way the mind works. It's not just, well, here's only Kant's and here's only Aristotle's ways of thinking. You're given all the information, yet for some reason when it comes to creationism, only evolution is taught. So now that we know that they're both theories, they cannot be proved or disproved, let's move into our third point and disprove the argument that it violates church versus state. Church versus state says that religion and government should be separated, and since government regulates schools, thus religion should stay out of it. Creationism should not be taught because it violates that law. However, the law does not say that about teaching creationism. Each district of schools get to decide whether they will allow teaching of creationism or not. Okay, so that's the first point. The second point is, even if that district were to decide they won't teach creationism, you can still teach creationism as a belief system. So you can't present it as a fact, like this is, how it happened, this is the way we will believe. It's just some people can believe this, so you can still teach it even if your district wouldn't allow. And that is because you can't represent it as a strict, certain religion. This is Christianity, this is how it happened. You have to open it up to different religions, Buddhists, all the religions that are out there have to be included in them. So, now that we can understand what our terms mean, we realize that they're both theories that cannot be proved nor disproved, and we establish that thought that it violates church versus state is not a valid reasoning, then we can conclude that both creationism and evolution should be taught equally in school. For too long, our school systems have taught evolution only one side of the coin. But I think it's time for our thinking to